AK is in town, AK Octopus Sport, AK Atom 13, AK Odepo. You're watching LMTV. Keep it locked.
Okay, yo. Okay, so this is your boy Kobe Champon, and it's all about what? It's all about me, but not me right now. It's all about LMTV. Yo, you gotta keep that down there and don't move it at all. Yo, LM will blow your mind.
Drinking water is essential to your health. That's why you need to drink plenty of water to keep you hydrated and healthy throughout the day. Unlike energy drinks and soft drinks, water is truly the only drink that can quench your thirst. It's an easy and refreshing way to keep your body healthy and strong. Freshen up today with the timely brisk alkaline water, Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Change your water, change your life. For bulk purchase, contact 0303 966 790 or 0244 551 333 or 0244 293 624.
LMTV.
What if I told you that I really like you? What if I showed you that maybe I could surprise you? Would you be so kind to open up your mind and heart to?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, cherished viewers of LMTV, and most especially the Grassroots talk show, where we say power belongs to the people. We welcome you dearly to another episode and edition of the Grassroots talk show for this morning. We are most grateful to God for the rare privilege of being alive and seeing a brand new day in our republic today. As and joined by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, that we be citizens and not spectators. We are here to do justice, just do justice to that, to be citizens, where we can interrogate the issues that are making headlines and are very, very much in the forward march or otherwise of our dear republic. And several issues have made the headlines over the week. We are here to put our lenses to as many of them as possible. But we believe that you, our cherished viewers, are actually the people who make the decision together with all of us, with our individual votes coming together. Then we are able to make that formal decision by nominating and electing people who hold public office, starting from the presidency to members of parliament come December 7th election. This morning with me to do the discussions are two astute gentlemen who have their respective right contributed very, very, very much to the progress of their individual parties. And very soon we'll begin to hear from them on their take on the issues that are of importance to the forward march of our country. This morning's show, as always, on LMTV is proudly brought to you by Liam's Alkaline Water. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not out of the woods, yes, we are not out of the woods when it comes to COVID. We are not wearing our masks at the moment because our room here is sanitized. We have a sanitizer that is at work, and we've also gone through the COVID protocols, temperature check and all that at the entrance. So forgive us if we are not wearing the mask. We are safe, we are sanitized. That's so alkaline water is very, very good in boosting the immune system. So grab a bottle of Liam's alkaline water, and I tell you, you begin to see immediate improvement in your whatever underlying health lifestyle. You will see that when you start consuming Liam's alkaline water. And also supporting this show today is Corporate Man GH, Corporate Man GH. Corporate Man GH actually is taking care of my wardrobe this morning. My shirt is proudly sponsored by Corporate Man GH. You'll find Corporate Man GH at Dansuma Roundabout. If you are moving from Roundabout towards last stop, you will find them immediately after APSA. And if you are coming from Exhibition towards Roundabout, you will find them before APSA. Get there, he has fantastic products. And for your information, Corporate Man GH is running a promotion now where you buy 2 suits. He's brought some corporate suit, classic suit, 3-piece suit, 2-piece suit, and you buy 2, he gives you 1 for free. Okay, that's his contribution to support corporate men and women as we are not in normal time. So I'll be giving you his numbers before the end of the show, so you can call him, and his contact will also be scrolling on our caller. So pick the number, call him, and he will sort you out beautifully. Last but not the least, by way of sponsorship, we have No Weapon Kinky Boutique. Yeah, we are in Accra. You know the staple food in Accra is kinky. But I tell you, the one that we all know and have consumed all over the years had been kinky made with maize. But No Weapon Kinky Boutique actually has taken us another level where they make quality, tasty kinky with millet. And I tell you, millet is also a very healthy cereal to consume. It helps in the fight against kidney diseases and so on and so forth. No Weapon Kinky Boutique's number will also scroll on the crawler, so pick it up, give them a call. But I'll give you that number before the show ends today. I'll be speaking very much, and my gentlemen are putting their acts together as usual so they can do justice to the topic for the day. Gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you for coming on the show. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. To my immediate right is Barrister Kay. Barrister Kay is a student leader, an SRC president, an outgoing SRC president, and he's a functional member of which constituency do you in? Lejukuku. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so something you have to tell us and get it right. The Lejukuku constituency is a functional member there, and again, he's also a member of the youth wing of the MPP. As you can see, the fellow Ghanaian drawway with round 2, it clearly tells you his commitment to party. Then to my extended right, we also have Mr. Speaker, affectionately called Mr. Speaker, for rightly also occupying student leadership role in his university days, and is a committed and an avid supporter, and he does so much for his party as well. Mr. Edem, Avege, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, my brother.
So I'll start with Barrister just to know how His Excellency the President and Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia are they doing as the party?
Let me first of all take this opportunity to send special greetings to the Municipal Chief Executive of the Lejukuku Municipal Assembly, Honorable Evelyn Ajele Chujama, for the exceptional work she's doing in the municipality, and also greet my hard-working, competent and indefatigable MP, Dr. Bernard Kuboy, for also the great work he's doing in Lejukuku. You asked the question about the president and then the vice president, the Wali Adam Smith, the one who speaks and then NDC does not know what to say. They are doing good. You know, he spoke last Tuesday about our infrastructure, and the entire NDC machinery is shaking. You know, when Bawumia speaks, NDC does not know what to say. They are doing good. Today at the UCC campus, we are launching our manifesto, and we are launching the graduate of the NDC was Christ University. And the only thing she did for the university was only to build speed ramps. There's no building achievement for the name of the Alliance. So that's what we are saying today. Also, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Akufo-Addo, is also doing great. And today we'll give you round 2 of our policies that we have outlined in round 1, which the Ghanaian people are working with. So if you ask, how is the Vice President and the President of the Republic of Ghana? They're doing good.
Fantastic. You said a lot in that way of introduction. And I think there are several things that are of importance to the grassroots, and they would love to have further and better representation and comment on this thing. So we'll get there. Edem, unity. I noticed ex-President Manama was in the Volta region, was at Ho, had moved to Kwando, and the reception is getting out there. Can be measured, but from your participation and involvement as a party member, how's the ex-president and his team doing so far?
All right. Senior, let me say a very good morning to our lovely viewers and those listening to us as well. Let me also use the opportunity to salute the John and Jane ticket, my former boss, or my boss as well, Right Honorable Speaker Edward Koblido Ajaho, Honorable Bernard Ahian for the current Member of Parliament for Akachi South constituency, the entire NDC party, my communication director, the young man who is honestly a thorn in the flesh of the New Patriotic Party, Senior Comrade Sami Jamfi. Yes, to your very self, and then Barrister my very good friend. I can see him with the green book. It shows that indeed the change is happening. If you can't hold your, is it digital what?
Well,
this is digital.
Yes, it's digitized. The infrastructure that we will say that we can find in the green book. Okay. That's what we place.
If you can't, sorry, you had.
No.
Please permit him to just introduce himself as Right.
I only want to tell him that I took the green book from him to expose him. That is why I'm having it.
Well, anyway, as it is said, I'm going to form. So let's get there. Right.
My simple message is: I can see you with the green book. What you are doing with the green book, or you are not doing with the green book, I don't have problem. I'm only saying that I thank God that you are here. You are holding the green book, trying to capture in certain facts over there, and then to vindicate or to even shame your deputy minister. Honorable Pius, who was quoting some pages as what's the name? That everything in the book is artistic impression. Now, President John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana,
former
president.
Okay, right.
The incoming President of the Republic.
Why not you wait for us to get to election December 7th and cast our ballots before you make this?
The battle had already been won. Yes, that is what God had already been through to 2020, 2021, and He knows it all, and it is written clear. Wherever you go, it is clear. So He was in the Volta region, and honestly speaking, if you see the kind of the euphoria, the happiness, it got to a time I was sad when I saw old women sharing tears just seeing President Manama. So I thought maybe probably because of something, I don't know. But then when they open their mouth, they are water. They can't even put body and soul together. You see, and honestly speaking, it really touched me so dearly. And I think we'll go into the merit of all this.
Right, yes.
JM, he doesn't talk, or Professor Jenana Opoku doesn't talk because he wants his opponent to shiver. You see, if you want to do that, you can coin something in it. But they speak to the hearts of the very people that they want to serve or they serve. That is one thing about John and Jane tickets.
Well, thank you very much for that elaborate one in outdooring to us what's happening in your party so far. Again, like I pointed out to Barrister Kay, this is also very pregnant with the number of areas that others would agree with you and disagree, as it were. But the issues that made headline in the week, several of which had been interrogated and discussed at length on social media. One of those heights was the launch of the delivery tracker by the MPP, which will say we can juxtapose that with the green book that the NDC did leading to election 2016. But some are of the view that yes, we've taken a step further by now advertising these works that have been done by an incumbent government to a digital platform. Some of the view that fine, that's an upgrade. But going into the portal and finding works that are done there, okay, where for example in the Odududio constituency, and again people want to tie all the things that they are seeing on the portal to the promise, some of the promises made by the president, including every constituency was going to get $1 million. So some of this infrastructure is thought to be coming from the $1 million. But in Odududio, as a case, you find on the portal there are 3 single unit toilets that have been built there. And you go to a place like Akachi, a lorry station has a urinal that is also built for them. So some of the view that these are mediocre development under infrastructure, but some are also of the view that nation building it's a process. So the nitty-gritties and the things that matter to the people the more should be what we should be focusing on. So if they've delivered as such, we should rather be applauding them with their efforts in going to the core and the grassroots and the people and addressing their needs, and rather applaud them as a competent government. What do you say to this? Are these things mediocre? Delivery tracker, gov.gh, the things embedded there, are they to be treated as mediocre things? Or they should actually be things that we should look at and applaud as a competent government delivering its mandate? I'll start with Edem.
Okay. Let me thank you again for the opportunity. I couldn't have the opportunity to listen to the Vice President entirely because of most of the gimmicks, the propaganda he does. So personally, I don't take delight listening to him any longer. But then it was during I was listening to some interview sessions where they played some portion of what he said. And interestingly enough, he zoomed into the Ketu South.
The famous Ketu South that is in the Volta region.
The nightmare.
Okay. As vice president of the country, which includes Ketu South, doesn't he have the right to zoom to those places?
Nobody can take that right away.
Fantastic. So.
But you see, my brother, the whole guy, what's the name? What the portal? Delivery
yes. Tracker.gov.gh. So all our grassroots members, so that you can also match along with the submissions we'll be making. You can Google, you can type that into your browser. It's www.deliverytracker.gov.gh, and some of the things can be there.
Personally, it's not about even the tracker, because what are you tracking? It's the works you have done. That's what you are tracking.
It's close to 17,300 and something infrastructure constructed, 7,000 completed, and another 7,300. Sorry, 8,000 specifically. I have those figures here.
8,768 completed.
Yeah, 8,609 and 13.
Yes, ongoing.
Okay. On the tracker, you find total infrastructure is 17,350, but I think we are just in the same range. So,
yeah,
but then this is a lot. 17,355.
Don't bother yourself even about those figures.
Why not? We are building the nation.
Building which nation? You see, I had the opportunity to listen to the owner. Let me say, okay, the member of parliament from Ningo Pampram.
Honorable Sam George.
Yes, some of the projects mentioned over there belongs to individuals. They belong to individuals that was, fused into their manifesto. The tracker. You see, I wouldn't even be surprised when I try to go through the document or whatever tracker. Go to how do you call it? You know Ketu South very well.
I know Ketu South. I know Ketu South.
Yes. You see, they listed,
to a large extent.
They listed toilet facilities and toilet facilities that they were part of some of the staffs or what they did that they are tracking in the voter Ketu South. Interestingly enough, Joje. You know Joje is not part of Ketu South.
Yes.
That is Ketu North. You know Afipa is not part of Ketu South. It is Ketu North. You know Akam is not part of Ketu South. It is part of Ketu North. You know all those things. Fine. That is even not my border.
But again, get them. I'm seeing this mentions and they falling outside of the jurisdiction they are captured on the tracker. Couldn't these be transpositional errors where if we go on the ground itself, the people there can point to this infrastructure and say they are there?
Excellent one. Let me now take you to the Ketu South itself. The portal.
Yeah.
Sanitation infrastructure. That is the broad category.
Okay, Ketu South.
Yes, Ketu South.
Okay.
Sanitation infrastructure. Are you there?
Yeah, just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, but please make your submission.
I want us to follow this. Okay. The filter projects. Broad category.
Broad category, yes.
Type sanitation infrastructure.
Okay.
Are you there?
Target structure.
Okay. Now go to target structure. KVIP, latrines, and other toilet facilities.
So KVIP, latrine, other toilets, I'm there.
Now go to region. Volta.
Volta, yes.
District.
Just a moment. Volta. District.
Ketu South Municipal.
Ketu South.
And go to the status.
Ketu South Municipal. Then status.
Yes. Completed. Please
Status.
apply and let's see what happens.
Status ongoing, pending.
Go to completed.
Completed, okay.
Completed is the first one.
Okay. And our viewers, the grassroots, just so that it's one interesting comment, at least I've picked so far, leading to election 2020. We need to work with the records. We need to work with the science. We need to work with the data. We need to work with the evidence. So you two, as we are taking time. We have time for you to take time, go into the tracker so that we can deal with these matters based on evidence, right? So follow through with us. Okay. So do I apply?
Apply.
Okay. I've run through, but just so that your submissions are followed through. Okay, I've gone through.
So you see the statistics.
Apply, yes.
What do you see?
Hold on a minute. Total, I see 0.
Completed,
I see 0.
There's another behind.
Ongoing, I see 0.
That is it. This is what the president, what's the name? The vice president. You see, that's why I said I don't take delight in I don't take delight listening to my vice president any longer.
But I thought the vice president pointed us to the portal and the works that have been done will be found there. So having captured the entire nation,
they indicated that the toilet facilities in the voter region. Now that is why I drew your attention to that particular judge. People and what's the name in the Ketu South. So
to tell that these things are all not recognized in the portal.
So you see that I don't know what kind of gimmicks that they are trying to play. On one hand, you will list some of the things that these are the things we've done, and that is where you see the judge, Akanu and Afifa. Now, because they are not parts, you want to just take something and put somewhere to look like something. So, you know, when you enter the system itself will expose you. It will expose you. My brother, let's even do away with that. The New Patriotic Party. The New Patriotic Party. You know, we know them for who they are, what they do. When it comes
who are they? I know the New Patriotic Party to be the current government that has been leading from 2016. So if you say you know who they are, who are they?
They know how best to lie. Excuse my language. They can lie their ways through to get that. They want to get what they need, but to deliver.
So you want the grassroots to believe that the NPP are liars?
They know them. They know them.
Based on
that is one exposition I gave. They know them. You see now. I heard again the vice president during this political digest issues and I heard the president, the vice, even before that, the president himself, Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
When doing one of the presidential addresses, COVID addresses,
he threw some challenge.
When?
That what's the name? It is about records.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going into 2020 election,
yes.
It's about records.
Yes.
What record are we talking about here? What record do you have that you want us to, the National Democratic Congress?
For example, just yesterday, the president was in the central region,
doing what?
Ekunfi to be specific, and had now opened the Ekunfi juice factory onto production with evidence all over social media to buttress that. So looking at that isn't that a solid record?
I wept when I saw the president going to that particular edifice to go and commission.
When the indigenes are celebrating and are laughing.
What do you expect, my brother? Busing people to go there. Interestingly, you will see some people over there as workers. Then they are interviewing them and co. It does not exist. Eku
juice.
It was not. It didn't start just yesterday. It started yesterday.
Yes,
I do drive through town, and then I see some people with what's the name? Was about
the vendors selling
products. You see the car.
Okay.
Some car branded
vehicles.
And go and stuff. You see, when you get
is it to say that the product is not in the market? I consume one the last.
It's not about you consuming. Me myself, I can even consume.
Yeah, it is relative because.
When did you consume it?
Last week.
Last week.
Yes.
And the president commissioned it when?
Yesterday.
Now that alone should tell you that it is in existence for a while now. When you go to the Ekunfi, the factory, you have people less than even 100 working there.
But again, a journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a step. So
don't make it.
Even in the conversation of one district, one factory, which intended aim is to create more employment and get the communities engaged on their natural resources that are domiciled there. And shouldn't we celebrate this as well? Even if it's 100 people that are employed there, it cuts down our unemployment number by that 100.
Celebrate, okay? Nobody is denying anybody not to celebrate.
Oui.
What I'm saying is that looking at the edifice, the kind of picture the president has created, one district, one factory, and they are going to Ekunfi. Look at when you go JDM, there's this tomato processing factory that JM commissioned. That was 2015 or so. If you go online, you see it is even bigger than the Ekunfi, but nobody made noise with that.
But if you chose, you have six more minutes in this regard.
Okay, fine. They want us to compare records. Now, Kumasi Shoe Factory alone employs 200 people. The D-Hawk, 200 people. Mahama did that. without even making noise of one district, one factory. Go to Savannah Cement factory at Bupe, 2,000 people. Mahama never made noise with that. Go to Ghana Gas. Ghana Gas, you know Ghana Gas?
Ghana Gas, where
Usu Bempa is working. But Usu Bempa is working.
But again,
265 people. You see, what I want us to do is that let's they said let's compare records.
Yes.
It's about records,
yes,
isn't it? We are doing the comparison.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Are you talking about the staffs in Ghana Gas?
If I understood him, his point is about the infrastructure.
Okay.
Yes, the infrastructure that was built.
The new fish processing factory at Elmina, 2,500 people. The commander sugar factory.
So now you are lacing what the NDC has done.
Yes.
You don't just want to treat it as infrastructure, a building of a urinal, building of a toilet, but you are looking at the infrastructure now.
The people themselves and
the cycle that it is
the employment it has created.
Okay.
Are you getting it? The commander sugar factory that they have crippled. 7,300 people. I don't want to go into the energy sector because you know that all the FPSOs, the one that have been created, definitely it's people who work there. It has created unemployment. It is a factory that produces energy or that gives energy. I don't want to talk about those ones. I don't want to talk about other ones or all the things that what's the name? The other factories that.
Fantastic. All these are response to a holistic discussion.
Yes.
But I think the delivery tracker documents infrastructure that has been built within the 3 to 4 year term of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa, and that is intended to be a record by record observation between the tracker and the Green Book, where the argument is that there are several things in the Green Book that are actually non-existent, right? They are non-existent, but on the tracker, you are able to see directly where the infrastructure is and so on and so forth.
It is not true. It is not true. The tracker they are talking about, you see things over there. And I give you example.
I don't want to believe that my internet programming is what it shows. I don't want to believe that because I've explored a number of areas where at least there's evidence to support.
That is fine.
You know, to support the decision.
I give you a practical example.
At least based on the face value, I entered and I saw 0. So based on the face value, I'll take that.
My brother. When we are talking about the Green Book, let me ask you: Commander Sugar Factory, does it exist?
As we speak,
that is the problem about
Commander Sugar Factory.
Yes.
It's not functioning.
So we don't have Commander Sugar Factory.
As it's not functioning.
So we don't have Commander Sugar.
I would say so.
We don't have.
Yes.
So when you go there, you won't see anything over there.
As a broadcast journalist, I would love to work with the evidence. So if you are watching us from Commander, anywhere around Commander, kindly do us. You are a grassroots person, and this show is about you. So if you are watching us around Commander, and then there's anywhere around that region, please take a picture. If you can do that, we'll be very grateful. Celebrate you. Go there, take a picture of Commander Factory in a state, whether it's surrounded by bush or is actually under operation. Please capture it and send it to us on Facebook. All right, send it to LMTV. Follow us there and send it to us. We'll read it. Thank you.
I'm not sure you are being fair to yourself and our listeners.
No, just so that it's to the facts. Yes.
The simple question I asked.
Right.
You said Commander Sugar Factory is not. There's nothing like Commander Sugar Factory.
But did you say that?
Well, yes. No.
There's nothing like Commander Sugar Factory.
It's not functioning. It's there, but it's not functioning.
It's there.
Yes.
It's there.
Yes.
Fine. Now, I'm telling
just
you
like
our time. I'm telling you our time. Commander Sugar Factory was there. It was functioning. This current government came and then they decided to do what they put it at the state in which it is now.
At the peak of it, though, I was following its records, its opening and all that. So I was expecting to see the product.
Fine.
Even if it was a cup full, a pouch full.
We are in opposition.
None of that.
We are in opposition. Should we go back to Commander?
That is a
with our resources to put Commander Sugar Factory.
Governance is in continuum. So
assuming it is only the structure that is even put or that is even erected over there.
Right.
Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo, who believes in the one district, one factory, can't you make anything about that Commander Sugar Factory for the people of what's the name, Commander, to make good use of? That is the question. Now, let's go back. The Kumasi Shoe Factory.
Yeah, on this lab, you run up in 2 minutes for me.
No problem.
Yeah.
Do we have Kumasi Shoe Factory?
How many times will you say that?
No, because you told me that
there is
evidence based.
Yes.
There is. Gani.
So my answer is that
that's why I've gone back to have this debate with you, so that we can
on the existence of this infrastructure.
Are they or they are not? And they are. You see, when you go to health, you will see that
in just about a minute, so we can have the take of
I wish we can digest them. Okay, if he mentioned
you have another opportunity at finalizing on this
health.
topic.
I want to go to health. Education. From education, then we will go to the roads and transport. You see, from roads and transport, then we will come to water. Are you getting it? We will come to water. And now, see, let me end just on the energy aspects. Now, you see, Dumso started in 1983. 1998, Dumso was there. 2006 to 2007, I was at Aflawa at the time.
2006 to 2007. That is a year. President Kufuor.
Yes.
That's for a year.
Yes.
If we want to compare that record, and we won't Ghanaians be reminded of their bitter days.
Yes.
Because that was for 4 years.
Yes.
Almost 4 years.
Do you know why? Because when government comes, you expand the scope or the catchment zones of electricity to villages, towns, and what have you. I get it.
In the electrification.
When you are doing that and you are not adding to the national grid, what happens? Do you know what President Kufuor did during his last minute 2008 when he was about entering into the Dumso to even put the Dumso on a hot smoke? He went to buy generators. The one you use at Makola, you sparkler. He went to buy those plenty generators and
isn't that an exaggeration?
Exaggeration?
Yes.
Oh, you've not heard of it?
I have the records of President Kufuor buying generators.
Which generator?
But the capacity being pointed out.
Which generator did he buy? Tell me.
No, the capacity being pointed out.
Then when he came, he said, "I'm not going to blame any government. I will assume responsibilities." NDC under John Dramani Mahama added 1,025 megawatts to our national grid.
Okay,
he added 110 megawatts of TB power plants at Abuazi. He added 250 megawatts Ameri power plants. He added 225 megawatts car power. He added 220 megawatts Pong Terminal power plant. He added 180 megawatts first part of Suno Asogli. He added 38 megawatt TTP plants. He added 2 megawatt solar plants at Navrongo.
Yes,
now, you sit here today and you have the audacity to even, you see, I'm not referring to him. I'm referring to the president. The president who is calling for this. You have the audacity to sit at the Flagstaff House and then be asking.
Okay, so at this point, you have the audacity to cool down with Liam's alkaline water. I think your submission has clearly been made.
Enough of their lives.
Our viewers, the grassroots participants have listened to you. I'm sure they are also debating either to accept or to deny your claims and submission. All right, and we'll be reading your comments very soon. I see a number of them coming in. We'll get to Barrister now, right? You've been composed listening to your counterpart, Avege Edem, as he made his submissions on delivery tracker, right? Like we saw 17,000 infrastructural projects been undertaken, over 8,000 completed, over 8,000 ongoing, and these are things to be celebrated, to even tag a government as competent and delivering. But again, I will not belabor the point he's made. This is the sentiment shared by a number of other people, that some of the projects they are mediocre, some of the projects they are non-factual because they and all that. What do you say to this?
Even before
in 15 minutes.
Even before I come to the issues, my mom just sent me a message that she's watching. So let me greet her.
Mommy.
Wherever she is.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Also greet my constituency chairman, Chief Joshua Makaji. You know, we came here today to have an intellectual debate. An intellectual debate is not about coming to sit in a studio and make noise. It is about the data. It is about the records.
No, I'll request you to. I understand the context in which you want to use that, but I'll request you to withdraw the noise bit. Because sometimes making submission and expressing same with passion, it doesn't necessarily mean noise.
Coming to sit in, I'm making a general statement.
Okay. All right. Okay.
To him.
Okay.
That is not what intellectual debate is about. Last Tuesday or this Tuesday, we realized that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, came to give an account of what 3.5 years in the MPP government, what we have been able to do. You realize that the NDC had always spoken about infrastructure. If you ask them why you not paying nurses training allowance, they said you are building infrastructure. Why did you cancel teacher training allowance? They said infrastructure. Why is it that national health insurance is not functioning well? They said infrastructure. They made infrastructure the answer to everything you ask them in this country. Just Tuesday, we had the opportunity to tell the good people of Ghana what we've been able to do within 3.5 years. The first term of the President Nana Akufo-Addo. The first term. Dr. Bawumia made it clear that we have 17,381 projects being initiated. Out of that, over 8,700 of them are completed. And then 8,600 plus are undergoing. It's been
they're ongoing. Yeah.
If you look at the agri sector alone, 542 projects initiated, 403 completed. If you look at education, 2,699 infrastructure initiated, 1,252 completed. If you look at energy, 3,844 infrastructure projects initiated, 2,824 completed. Health, 673, 378 completed. The list goes on and on and on. After we have said all this, we also told the people of Ghana a philosophical view we have about infrastructure, which is a logical, philosophical view of infrastructure. Now, what we are saying is that you cannot limit infrastructure to only 1 or 2, 3 signature projects and say that they are the only infrastructure you have done. Beyond those signature projects, there are projects that are helping to change and transform the lives of the people in a district or municipality. So you cannot say that you have built this, that 3 signature or 4 signature project and define that as an infrastructure project. An infrastructure project is what you put in the municipality or in the constituency that is serving the needs of the people, what they need. It's actually serving them. So let us not reduce the infrastructure debate to 1 or 2, 3 signature projects. But having said that, I'm also not underscoring the fact that the MPP has not done signature projects. We are doing signature projects, and in the 260 districts across Ghana, we are also doing infrastructure project there. So we are not limiting the debate of infrastructure to only 1 or 2 or 3 signature projects, but in every district too, you can see 1 or 2 there.
So on that component, okay, trying to put a clear divide between signature projects and those that are impacting the people in the communities. If the NDC tells you that in Greater Accra alone, John Mahama had built a Rich Hospital, had built a Circle Interchange, had built a Kaswa, whatever, had built a digital center. Well, on that tangent. Continue. Right, continue.
Beyond the philosophical view, we also pointed to Ghanaians that they should look at what we call value for money. So when you take the project you said you have done, what does it cost? What is the actual money that can be used to do that project? We also talked about that. But then, having said that, the question you asked me, we are comparing the first term of President Adudankwa Nana Akufo-Addo as to the first term of John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
And I'll use the Green Book and some other data. You see, intellectual argument, you can't come and sit here and just open a book and just...
But yes, all of that is reserved to the people we want to convince as to who we should make a decision for.
The intellectual debate is about data. So it's not about just writing anything in any book and coming to sit down and write it. Because somebody could have told you from the house and you come and say it, but it will expose you. I'll use the Green Book to expose them. I'll use data from ministries to also expose them. Like I said earlier, we are talking about the 3.5 years in President Adudankwa Akufo-Addo's administration to that of JDM, John Dramani Mahama's administration. Then, even if you look at the e-blocks, 27 out of the e-blocks, they said they even started, are being completed in this current administration.
At an ongoing, where they've constructed 2, the MPP government has taken 27 extra and completed them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it is not as if that you are doing something we do not know what you are doing. But let me point to you that.
But the view is not that you are even sidelining continuing projects, but the quantum, the impact is going to make on the people and all that.
If you construct a bridge, okay, in your municipality for you, that bridge may not be a very huge bridge, but before people were walking in the river. That is why I have defined a philosophical view, which is the correct philosophical view of what infrastructure is. Let me tell you, it is not the MPP project that is mediocre. It is the thinking of the NDC that is mediocre. And let me tell you, what they are saying is that when you ask media, let's say your microphone or your console spots, and you do that, you cannot term that as infrastructure because it's small. Unless Niams Media puts a 3 or 4-story building before you can label that as an infrastructure. And that is a mediocre way of thinking. So I'm not surprised that the NDC that has mediocre way of thinking are calling project mediocre because their thinking itself is mediocre. And that is the 3 or 4-story building or something that makes them infrastructure.
That for me, I know. Most definitely, because you are party representatives, you want to, address it solely on the NDC as calling. But there are some people who are not aligned to NDC, but they also feel like the projects are too light for the ability and competence in that for the lack of a better way, of the MPP government.
These projects, are they serving people? If these projects were not there, what would have been the life of the people? So they are impacting the people. Do you understand? You can't just wake up and go and do any project like the NDC did. Drobonso. They built a senior high school in Drobonso. The town in Drobonso, the town itself and where the school is, there's no car. It is very far from Drobonso. So if you put that infrastructure there and no child is going to the school in Drobonso and there's no boarding facility in Drobonso, what have you done?
We give it time. Development is catching up, and moving into the.
You see, the building itself does not really make it an infrastructure. It is what it goes into it. The people is impacting. So that is why I use Drobonso as an example. If you have built a school, it doesn't have a boarding facility. The town and the school is very far, and then there's no car there that goes to that long place. Even if there is, how are you going to fund for the students to go? That is not what we are talking about.
You know, so
but
for those who are, for example, you know, there's a conversation we are having. So just.
But you are interjecting to if you could let me.
I know. Is that some of the points call for just that bit of clarity. All right. In terms of the impact, some are worried that, for example, you find in Akachi South District, well, I'm just pulling that from the tracker, Akachi South District in the Volta, where a urinal at a lorry terminal, the impact, I'm just trying to see the impact that makes to the long-term development of the country. You know, is that impact really? All right, you get my question. Yes, yes.
How would you feel if you are a development communication expert and you go into a community and you find them, peasing and doing all sort of things around? How would you feel?
No, so long as the people agree this is the need they have,
exactly.
you go address it.
Now the question you asked me, have you asked the people of where you mentioned if it's not impacting them,
right.
if it's not helping? Have you asked them? That is what we are talking about. That is what I've told you, our philosophical view, which is the correct philosophical view on what infrastructure is. It is not about 1 or 2 or 3 signature projects. Is it impacting the people? Find out, and when we come again, we can discuss that. It is impacting the people. Do you understand? So that is what we are saying. Now, like I said, let me come back to the substantive issue, and I wish that you do not interject in this issue. That, you see, we are comparing the records of President Akufo-Addo 3.5 years to the achievement of
former President John Mahama. Yeah.
Now, in May 5th, 5th March 2009, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, the finance minister under Mills' administration, went to Parliament, and in the budget statement, read achievement, or project that had secured funding from the President Kufuor regime,
right.
which they were going to continue.
Okay.
And I'll mention some of the project to you, and I'll tell you that what Avege mentioned is not even NDC project. Even if it is not JDM's project. So you can't come and sit here and throw, just make a general statement, JDM's project, and now it was together with the Green Book. Now the 500-bed military hospital, funding had been secured from Eurojet, an Egyptian company, of 339 million to do that. So, but it's in the Green Book, and I'll show it to you in the Green Book. Funding has been secured. And let me tell you that we are basing this on the premise on Felix Ofosu-Kwakye's argument, where he said if you secure the funding, it means you did the credit goes to you that did the project. So the Eurojet project, and the Eurojet project received parliamentary approval on the 29th October 2008 and 12th November 2008 respectively.
Under former President Kufuor.
Mm-hmm. So if you put the 500-bed military hospital in Kumasi in your Green Book, what are you doing? Is it not lies? Now, 2, the Bolgatanga Regional Hospital. Funding had been secured from President Kufuor. So if you put it in your green Book, what are you doing? Is it not lies? This is the NDC we are talking about.
But does this suggest you are making the submissions, which fine, it's going right? But just so that the context is well attained.
An opportunity.
I know, but as the host, just allow me to do my work, as it were. Okay, so should we say, you going by this, funding was secured by President Kufuor, execution was done by the Mills administration. They have laid hold onto it. Funding also taught by former President Mahama for the University of Sustainable Development, and completing has been that analogy. Should we say that the NPP cannot take any credit for having inherited a project from a previous regime?
But please permit me to flow. Maybe you can also jot down and ask back. But if we are flowing like that,
to put the matters into perspective.
Comparing records in 3.5 years of President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo and that of John Dramani Mahama. And I'm telling you that the project Avege has sat here to mention, some of them are not NDC projects. They are not. Some of them are also not John Dramani Mahama's project. And I'll listen to you. If you go to in the Green Book, they say that the Kumasi Hospital, which is a 260 bed,
yes, funding
had already been secured. So if you put it in the Green Book, what are you doing? Deception. The War Hospital, the touted is the achievement. But President Kufuor is under President Kufuor. If you go to the 6 district hospitals that was under Eurojet. That is the Adenta Medina 100-bed, Trifopras 60-bed, Konongo Dumasi 60-bed, Tepa 60-bed, Salaga 60-bed, Nkokosi. And all these have been listed in their green book. And they tell you that they have the record. These are the people telling you they have record. When they don't know what went into bringing this project, but they have it in their green book. And from here, I'll take the green book and show you some of them. We also secured 7.5 million for 5 polyclinics. The Karaga, the
also the president before.
Exactly, and all these things are in the green book. Now after this, let me go to the. You know, in 2010 they launched a book, the top 10 achievements of Professor Mills.
Yes. In 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Yes, and in that book, page 32 had listed project. In fact, the entire book had listed the project of John Dramani Mahama. Do you understand? John Mills. And as part of the book was the University of Ghana hospital. And then today I'll show you a video for you to play to your viewers that project they said is John Dramani Mahama's project. It is not John Dramani Mahama's project. It is President Atamil's project. And I'll show you the video today. So if you come and sit here and say that you have done infrastructure, so what's it called? The University of Ghana Hospital. This is not a JDM project. So what are you talking about? If you want us to go into 8 years of the NPP, 8 years of the NDC, we can do. But if we are talking about track records between President Adedankwa Nana Akufo-Addo and then John Dramani Mahama, take all
former president.
Yes, former President John Dramani Mahama. Take these projects, these few projects I have mentioned out of it, and you realize that there will not be any achievement. In fact, in water that he mentioned.
No, but for me, as it is, okay, in development persuasions and pursuant to development, okay, governance is in continuum. So if one government secures funding and another comes and is committed to delivering, okay, the project that funding has been sought for, I don't see why we should entirely want to say they hadn't contributed. Why am I saying this? Then it will become a demotivation factor for government to say, well, if you saw the funding and I come to complete, and you will be the one who will be captured as the one who had done the project. Then what I'm going to do is, if there's a possibility to renegotiate and cancel that contract, they will go ahead and do so.
Then what I'm telling you is that, so you give credit where credit. You don't go and put it in your green book as your achievement. That is lies. That is deception. So I want the people of Ghana to know who the NDC are. Take all these projects from the green book, and you don't have more than 2 pages of the green book. And I'm telling you this. You look at they are putting even in the green book the University of Health and Allied Sciences,
yeah,
which is a proposed project. If you look at the green book, it has the Bekwai Hospital. Let me expose him also with the green book.
So viewers, as we're looking for the Bekwai Hospital,
this is the Cape Coast Stadium.
Right.
The Cape Coast Stadium,
right,
which is not a John Dramani Mahama project. Everything had begun from Kufuor's project. Even when Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman was the chancellor in UCC, she never touched this project. I told you earlier on that her achievement in the UCC was only speed bumps. So you see, this is lies, this is deception from their own green book. Ghanaian, see. Come again.
Let's see something quickly. Okay, right. But I see former Vice President, may he so rest in blessed memory, Emisa Arthur there, right? As somebody who was directly involved in completion of the project. Now I'm talking about the Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
And I've said that the project is not an NDC project.
Funding, okay, the intention to construct the stadium there. Is that what you mean? And the funding for sale?
I have given you the premise that
because the time President Kufuor was leaving office, that patch there had not even a single block.
That's why I gave you a standing block that we are basing from what their former Deputy Communication Minister said. That when you receive the funding or when you secure the funding, it means you did the project. So that's, and there are some funding you can't say you won't continue the project. And I'm telling you that this project that has found itself in their book, it is nowhere President Mills' project, President JDM's project.
Right. So I'll allow you to. You have six minutes more. So I'll allow you to make your submission.
617 bed University of Ghana Teaching Hospital. That's it. This is in the Green Book, but it's a Mills project. And I'll play the video to your viewers for your viewers to see that this is lies, full of lies and deception.
You can share that video with me. I'll do
before we leave, I want you to,
if possible, my producer will play.
For Ghanaians to see.
No problem. You send it to me. We'll see. We'll see.
If you come into the Green Book, there's a Bekwai hospital. A Bekwai hospital. I'll open it to you that shortly, because if I follow this Green Book, I will not finish my submission. Bekwai hospital
in 6 minutes.
It's in the Green Book. Bekwai hospital is not an NDC achievement. So if you come here and sit down and tout yourself as NDC achievement, Ghanaians will laugh at you. You mentioned boom. Ask them where they had the money to do boom. So you can't come and sit here and be just saying things you do not know just because you have seen it in the Green Book. Ask yourself where the source of funding came from. They come to electricity. Ask yourself where the funding from electricity came from. So I have given you the premise. I'm saying all this. So take all these things, Press Mills project from the Green Book, and take the President Kufuor's project from the Green Book. You will not be left with 3 pages of this Green Book. Let me tell you, Lekma, my constituency. In the Green Book, they have that there's an E-block, or they are constructing an E-block in Lekma.
Sure.
There's no. I'll open it to you. Sure. There's not one single block at that place. And then if you like, you take your cameras there and I'll show you that there's not one single. So if these NDC people are telling you that they have an achievement, they have a record to which you should come and match them with, you can only laugh at them. Now let me come to Rose.
In 3 minutes.
Yes, let me come to Rose. Now you say we are talking about the term interchange.
In fact, we will want to look at routes extensively on one lap. So if you just conclude on the infrastructure bit, okay. Even though road forms a part, we want to look at that extensively.
Competence to even put up this tracker. If you are incompetent, you can't do this. Because it is easy for that. Is
but like he pointed to Akachi that where
I have 3 minutes to finish.
I know because when you touch on certain lines, okay, we are not aligned to you, and the grassroots. We just want to understand the issues very well. Then never mind. You are talking with me, okay? Because like he pointed, and our viewers were drawn into that. So I'm giving you the opportunity to give us answers, right? He took us to the tracker where Akachi South projects are indicated to have been done, but when we go there, it's 0,000.
No, okay. What he said was that they were not. He earlier on said that they were not in the district he mentioned. When he was talking, he mentioned some project and he said that it is not in Ketu South, but it is in Ketu North also.
Yes.
And so I'm coming. And you go to the tracker, and the tracker has told you the truth that what you said you mentioned is not there. It has been truthful.
And the tracker recorded it as part of project.
I was humble to just.
No,
you yourself, you said that it is.
Allow him in 2 minutes now. In 2 minutes to finish so that way. In 2 minutes to finish.
You said that it is not in the district you mentioned it, and you have gone to that district. You said it is not in that district you mentioned it, and the tracker has told you what you mentioned is not there. But then, let me tell you this. When we are talking about,
you're actually talking to the grassroots, the viewers.
Yes. Right? When you go to the tracker, every single project, like I was saying, it takes competence to do that. So you don't come and see that they said the project is on somebody's phone. It has taught you. We're in this country. Yes, some few typos and dispositional errors. Yes, you can pardon. Yes, because we are in this country. When they said the president of Ghana was Uhuru Kenyatta, didn't you see that picture? So should we also make it a very big issue? We were in this country when they said the president of the Republic of Ghana, then John Dramani Mahama, was Uhuru Kenyatta, and the president was seated there. Do you understand? So yes, that's why I've told you that it takes competence to do it. If you go and take this lazy man approach, you go and capture projects that are not for you. So
well, for example, just take the last speech. I'll give you 2 minutes more because you have 2 minutes and I'm taking a minute out of that. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Well, in juxtaposing signature infrastructure, those that funding was sought for in previous government administrations, work done. And going by Ellis's logic, so don't even capture that in this book. Looking at just the last page 208, Upper West region, where it is documented there's a chief compound at Tori Wogbe There's a nurses' quarters at Alsa. There's a market shed at Busei. There's a 2-story dormitory block at Ulo SHS. There's and it goes on. I can count close to like 18, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, about 20 developments here. Do we want to rubbish all these and say, okay, these ones are not meritorious in comparison with what is delivered on the tracker?
I have not said that projects are not meritorious. What I'm saying is that, and nobody is disputing the fact that NDC didn't do projects.
In the description that this document will be empty if we took out the document will be empty. But this is about some 20 projects dotted around just after West.
I told you that if you take the President Mills project, if you take the President Kufuor's project from this green book, you will not have 3 pages. What you mentioned, are they up to 3 pages?
No, now you read it. You said you will not. All right, but that's fine.
Compare it to the 17,000 project under the new patriotic party. So nobody is saying that, but we are saying that don't limit projects to only 1 or 2 signature projects. After all, the MPP is doing signature projects. Look at the Tema interchange, look at the Obechebi interchange, look at the Tamale interchange, look at the Shaman Hospital, look at the rehabilitation of the maternity block at Kwalebu, look at the renovation of the La General Hospital, look at the Lekma Road. So we are doing signature projects. Look at the phase 2 of the Kumasi airport. We are doing signature project, but beyond the signature project, we are talking about development in 260 districts in Ghana, not excluding the signature project. So that is the correct philosophical view on what we term as what infrastructure. And I have exposed him with their own green book. I have also exposed him with relevant document. I've cited Cabinet Bufor's statement. I've told you the President Mills top 10 achievement. So if you take those projects out of it, what would the NDC say? And it's coming to match. I have 2 minutes. It's not 2 minutes.
In fact, that 2 minutes is 4 minutes now.
No.
10 for you started at 11:10.
Let me.
You will have a little rebuttal in 2 minutes on this. So you conclude in a minute.
Conclude in a minute. To this project we have done, don't let it be said that the projects are mediocre because it is serving the people. It is rather the logic of the NDC that is mediocre.
We needn't say that the projects are mediocre, but we should be looking at the logic, in this case, particularly mention of the NDC, and considering that these projects are mediocre. Edem, you've listened to your brother. You've listened to. Fantastic. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. You've listened to Barrister Kay make his submissions and say the MPP are moving by an ideological, development concept, which is impacting the grassroots, the people down there. So it may be a toilet, it may be a urinal, but if we went down there, we would have found out that the people actually are in need of those things for which they are constructed. So the NDC, I think, you don't have any real record to compare. Do you agree to this in 3 minutes? As a rebuttal?
I would at this time try to talk to our viewers and to, unfortunately, all that my friend has said. Let's see. He said project transformation. What project have you done that transformed this particular country? Now let's go to the sector of health. Now, the Ridge Hospital, has it transformed anything? Now, when you come to today,
they have not shifted the argument.
Please allow him the 3 minutes to have his rebuttal.
My friend some while ago indicated that they needed project that transforms. Now, President Manama built the Ridge Hospital. When,
but are you allowing to say after all this?
Please, you are just allowing me to do my work. In 3 minutes, he makes his submission. If there's any rebuttal, if there's any follow-up, I'll give it to you. Don't worry.
During this era of COVID, how does it happen?
A barrister's argument, Mrs. Edem, just a minute. It's important because he's laid a foundation that even those projects, because funding was sought by the Kufuor. Ridge was not in the category of the ones that funding was sought for. He didn't mention that. He didn't mention that. But the University of Ghana Medical School, for example, Okay, and going by a standard set by Felix Ofochu. He is not an authority in that space for us to conclude in any way. For me, all right, but he's a party communicator.
No, he's a former deputy communication minister.
Oh, the former. So we can let the former one go.
So every document in the former, then you are saying we can throw it away.
Oh no. Then listen to me carefully. Listen, at the moment, he made this comment quite recently.
Yes.
So why do we want to tie him to his previous position? Let's hold him accountable as a party communicator for the NDC now.
That is what
he's communicating for the NDC, right? So if he says that the University of Ghana, building, for example,
and I'll send you the video.
Don't worry. Allow me. I'll use my jurisdiction to do that. Okay. Yes, he said the University of Ghana project, for example. Let's give credit to who it is due. Funding was sought by the Kufuor administration. Yes.
It is a blatant lie.
No.
President Kufuor never saw. You said that.
No, that's not what I said.
I heard you clearly.
No, what I said was.
Yes.
It was part of the program. He said that 7.5 million for the building of the. He said
yes.
that.
I heard that clearly myself. Let me hold on. I beg you. Hold on. He's here. Okay. I know. He's here. Yes, I heard him too. But he's here. It may be. No. It may be. I know. But I control the time, so don't worry. For a time, you will always have it. He's here. So, and I heard you on that. So if it's a slip of something else, and I think it's also written it down.
This is what I said.
Withdraw and apologize.
So he's here. So let's
7.5 million for 5 polyclinics.
Oh.
And I mentioned the Kratchi, and I mentioned Tripoli. I didn't say 7.5.
So the University of Ghana is not part of it. So we can agree. No, don't worry. The time is mine. I can give you all of it. So don't worry, Kra. He's clarified that aspect. He's laid it to rest. No, but he's here. So
but you heard him.
No,
it is just
I heard him now.
It is just fair and noble.
What is fair and noble? This is what I said on the investor.
Don't be arrogant on this issue. You see?
No. It's about the issue. So let's just
tell you what I said.
He pointed. Hold on. Please. Hold on.
That Kenyatta thing. You had it. And that
we are not communicating to our viewers. So gentlemen, you are gentlemen, all right? He's here. I thought I heard him. You said you heard him as well, but that's why he's here, and he's offering the clarification.
It was 7.5 for 5 district hospital, and I mentioned to you some of them.
Okay,
this is what I said on the.
You clarified it. You clarified it. No, you have.
No, I'm saying
it is not about the University of Ghana school, medical school.
That is what I
said about
President Mills. And I've sent you the video that it is President Mills' project, not their project. I didn't say President Kufuor. And I've sent you the
okay, so that's clear.
We're here.
So that you are on the impact. You have. I gave you 3 minutes, and I'm renewing it. Okay. You will have 3 minutes for rebuttal. So make your notes.
Now, you see.
Is that okay? Make notes.
Some while ago, you said President Kufuor secured 7.5 million.
No, that he said that, and I'm not allowing. I didn't say that.
No, Edem, withdraw that.
I still stand by that. What I'm saying is that this was what he said.
We are communicating.
But the host has heard him right. So
for which we sought,
and yes. It's a slip of tongue.
For which we sought.
Did I say slip of tongue?
No. I am saying that I am pointing to him that if it's a slip of tongue, he needs to withdraw. Then he pointed as to what he was saying. So let's accept that.
That was not what you said.
That is not what I said.
All right, gentlemen, in all of it. Our viewers are following keenly, right? They are following keenly, they are listening, and they have also heard things that have been said. They are giving their comments, so we'll read that to point all that clear. Okay. So please, on the impact,
thank you.
In 3 minutes.
Cape Coast Sports Stadium funding was secured by President Kufuor, and it is also another lie. Cape Coast Sports Stadium the project began in what 1st February 2013 and completed May 3rd, 2016. This was when the project and
who sought funding for it? Who sought funding for it?
It was not President Kufuor. It was not President Kufuor. This is 2013.
So who sought funding for it?
This is funding by that was secured by the current JDM. Now let's grant him the benefit of the doubt that it is even President Mills. No problem. President Mills secured that sports stadium. When I was even making my point over here, I didn't even mention the Cape Coast Sports Stadium. But then let's even take that out. Now he again said that, but he said that funding was secured by President Kufuor, which is a lie.
No, but which source have you proven that is
for the Cape Coast
Sports Stadium? It is a blatant lie. Go to the minister. Go to the minister.
I am assessing my document right away. Yes. I'm assessing my document. But your point is that the funding was secured by the Mahama administration.
Yeah.
Right. So proceed.
Now
proceed.
Let me see. Now see, fellow Ghanaians, Gang of Four Roads. The Gang of Four Roads. That particular road was President Kufuor's initiative, but unfortunately, it took Dr. Dufo as the finance minister to go and secure over $200 million to fund that particular project, but it was accredited in the name of President Kufuor. When the commissioning day came, President Kufuor was invited to go and commission that. Nobody is taking that away from President Kufuor. Meanwhile, it was not President Kufuor who secured the funding, so it was President Finance Minister Dufo. He secured that funding for that particular government.
You have 3 minutes to read.
Now, when we go to the Bui Dam, I never mentioned it. You see, it is President Kufuor's initiative. President Kufuor left what? $700 million to build that particular Bui Dam, and it was accredited in his name. Now today, my colleague here, not my colleague, it's the MPP. MPP is now saying that the Temamoto Way, the Pokwasi interchange. Help me, the rest. You said what's the name of them?
But I thought you said you were listening.
I thought you even have the ball.
He
said Temamoto Way.
Yes.
Temale interchange. Obechebi Lamte, and then the Takradi. The Takradi.
Did I mention Takradi?
It is.
I didn't even
You don't listen. You don't listen. You don't know.
No. You will have. No. So why don't you make note, and then that's why we are also look at it. Right.
What I said about.
But that's why you have the opportunity to look at it. So why don't you point out this error? Please proceed. In 2 minutes. You have a minute and a half actually. A minute and a half, please.
Right. So the PTC Takradi project, that is in that particular infrastructure track something. You see, it is coming. It will commence.
Delivery tracker.gov.gh
is to commence next month, but it is in their the tracker. It will commence next month, but it is in their tracker, and the tracker had also counted that as part of the 17,000 projects. Fellow Ghanaians, this is the kind of people we have voted for. Now, he said again that the energy or the health infrastructure, it is not a project transformation. He said the energy
if you are quoting verbatim, then I think we need to.
He said that, but I listed them. According me that particular,
please go over it again.
Yes, he said that when we're talking about project transformation, things that if you construct a bridge.
Yes.
Yes,
and it's the need of the people.
And it's the need
you are satisfied. You are satisfied their needs.
Precisely. Project transformation. That's what he said.
Precisely.
Isn't it?
That
now, President JDM,
former president.
Health infrastructure. He built those things.
What are they?
I'm talking about the Ridge Hospital. Are you getting it? I'm talking about the East.
He renovated it.
Go back, go to Ridge Hospital.
No, renovated it. It's not a
in any case, there's a clear slip. So let's have
the old Ridge Hospital.
Ridge Hospital has been there from 4 years. So he renovated it. But
it's not renovation. The old Ridge Hospital he's talking about, you should go there. It's at the back of it. The old Ridge Hospital he's talking about, it's at the back of the new one president.
No, but components of the old Ridge Hospital still feature in the new one. So
it's about the
I'm sure it's accepted officially that
renovation. When we say renovation, what's the meaning of renovation?
New features being added to an old thing.
And this one, it is not. It is just a separate thing. The old one is there, and the new one is just the concrete. Is that a renovation?
Please, you have just a minute.
No.
All right. So
if he is saying that the Ridge Hospital does not benefit anybody, because this is what President JDM did.
No,
so if you are telling us JDM did not allow
that was not categorically said. So let's put the record.
Logically, that is where he's trying to arrive. That because
that is fair.
That is where he's trying to arrive.
By your interpretation, logically his arrival is the impact that the infrastructure makes.
The Ridge Hospital, East Hospital that now President Manama is using as the COVID in the Greater Accra region. That particular one is not touching any heart or touching any body.
So you are looking at the impact of that infrastructure.
He said no. I'm just going by what he said.
I think that agrees with what he said.
So he now agreed.
No, to me as the host,
yes,
I see that agreeing in terms of the impact that the infrastructure makes.
So to him, has he agreed or not?
Has
he agreed that the Ridge Hospital, the East Hospital? Let me even mention other one. The Kumasi is even talking about is maybe not true. President Kufuor never saw any funding for the Kumasi Hospital. He never captured one person.
What other information do you have about that?
The E-block.
Hold on.
The E-block you are talking about. They are in their books. They said NDC completed 29. It is not true. They are all finance minister.
No, and in fact on that he didn't make that. His point was that his administration, the NPP administration had continued and finished another 27.
I'm not, you see, apart from exposing all the lies he just levied against the NDC or chew that into the eyes of the viewers, I expose that. I'm now saying that they are saying it is in their tracker that JDM left behind 29 E-blocks, and I'm saying I'm not saying it. Dr. Opoku Prempe is saying
46 in statement.
You lied.
Where did he say that?
Oh, he said it. He said President. He said Dr. Bawumia. He said Dr. Bawumia. You lied. It is 46. Go and check.
No, I've exposed to that content.
Did you read?
He spoke on a platform indicating that the NDC had built Psalm 46. And the current Vice President, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, points that the NDC had built 27.
The two of them.
Yeah.
You see, the two of them. That is how diabolic. That is how untruth. That is how.
In conclusion, as he remarks for 3 minutes, we'll take a break and come back.
That is how.
Conclude. Yeah.
That is the nature of the NPP. You see, if not because of the relation of Dr. Opoku Prempe, I'm sure by now he will be in the house. Because that takes us on another tangent.
Yes. The issues are so pregnant, okay, and in some instances we don't even have to say much to actually convince the people. I think you have said so much in relation to this infrastructure component. 3 minutes. I've even extended to 5 minutes actually. I'll grant him only 3 minutes to rebut on this. You have 5 minutes actually.
No, but
if you want to use, we'll have 10 minutes to discuss the last topic. Kindly. 30 seconds. 30 seconds
too. So Ghanaians, you see, NPP in in their record. They said the highest achievements they built was 400 cheap compounds. 400.
I'm using the time.
NDC,
Don't worry.
we built
I'll give you 3.
Polyclinics.
Don't worry. I'll give you 3.
only 2
Don't worry.
polyclinics. NDC, John Mahama built 22 polyclinics. Now, when we're talking about
I'm giving time to mention the name of the hospital.
You want me to give your 3 minutes to
no, give him 30 seconds to mention.
No. I'm
Give
giving
him 30 seconds to mention the.
I'm sure you don't want to.
The 30 seconds to mention the.
Even there are 400 cheap compounds. They said they have completed only 285 Ghanaians. 285. And NDC said we completed 1,000. So can we compare these two people? So when these two people, NDC and MPP, when they come to you, Ghanaians, with the record of completing only 285 cheap compounds, and NDC said we completed 1,000, the records are there. Please.
Thank you. 3 minutes.
30 seconds.
Don't worry. It's 3 minutes, but don't worry. You make your submission. Make your submissions in a way. I'm stopping you from interrupting like you did.
I'm giving you.
Please submit in 3 minutes.
I'm giving you 30 seconds to mention the 22 polyclinics. NDC name. Mention it.
Can I?
Why not?
Do. It's giving you his time.
Okay.
It's giving you his time. The polyclinics that the NDC had built as
Edem. Check for me.
Don't worry, no, he's looking for it. So let me just engage my our viewers. The 33 polyclinics that Avege had indicated.
Now,
yeah.
Pause my
33 seconds.
Let me get it at the end, so that we can
go ahead. Fantastic. Gentleman agreement. This is a gentleman agreement.
Let's go. Say that 22 district hospitals, and you can't even mention them. Let's wait till he finds them. But let me start from where he mentioned. He said here categorically that the Kumasi hospital, regional hospital, was not MPP. Kufuor didn't receive funding. Now
yes,
come to me today.
That was clearly
come
mentioned.
To me with the Eurojet website. This is the Eurojet website. And I'll expose.
Please speak to the document and speak to the viewers.
The process, I'm not reading all for, if you allow me to.
Salient points, just do the salient points.
The process has been long, determining the required prevalence and patients in 2008. The Eurojet, the Invest SA signed an MOU with the Republic of Ghana, respectively by the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Defense, to design, engineer, construct, and equip 9 hospitals with a total capacity of 1,310 beds. 1. The Kumasi Hospital. The Kumasi Military Hospital. 2. Regional hospitals in Kumasi and Wa. 6 district hospital for Salaga, Nkoko, Tepa, Konongo, Trifopraso, and Madina Accra. So you see, it has exposing. And let me tell you the date today. It received cabinet approval, the Eurojet project. The Eurojet project, I'm still reading from the website.
Yeah, go ahead.
Received parliamentary approval on the 29th of October 2008 and the 12th of November 2008 respectively. So if you see here, even in air conditioning and sweating,
2008
and say that the Eurojet project, the Kumasi regional hospital funding was not received by the Kufuor administration. You see, he lied. Then again, he said that MPP is claiming credit for the Tema interchange, right? And also Obetebi. He said that.
Yes.
Good. Now, Dan, come with me to Ghana Web. And I expose all his lies. I do not want. It is not about noise.
Make your points in relation to submissions that are made, and, yes. And leave the judgment for the viewers leading to December 7th.
Then it says that in 2017, the government of Ghana signed grant. I'm reading Ghana Web. Let me say the date. This is 22nd May 2020, and a story published on Ghana Web by and it's a source, factcheckerghana.com.
Okay.
You see it. Okay. So now let me read. In 2017, the government of Ghana signed a grant agreement with the Japanese International Cooperation Agency (JICA) to provide
2017.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Aid up to a total of 6,459,000,000 yen for 2 programs in Ghana, which is the Temamoto Way Runabout, which included two specific projects. The Program for Improvement of Ghana International Corridor. So if you tell me that is an NDC project, Ghana Web has exposed you again. Now, this is, unless of course you say it's not a source, but we all know. And he mentioned the Tema interchange, that is not, what's it called? The
Obechebi
interchange. And I also expose it
as a project that got
he said that
from the NDC.
Yes, he said yes.
So if you have a counter proof to that, let's have it.
Dan, it's funny, but if you do not check.
If you have a counter proof to that, just submit it in a minute, and we'll take a break.
You don't throw dust in the eyes of Ghanaians.
Please provide the evidence.
Oh, I'm providing it. No, see, in 2019, however, President Akufo-Addo-led administration recommissioned the redevelopment of the Obechebi-Lante Circle into an interchange as reported $29 million. The project is now $139 million. Admittedly, the NDC in its first phase.
Recommissioned.
No, I'm coming. No.
Hold on, yeah.
The project is now $339 million. Admittedly, and I'm putting it on record, the NDC secured under Don Draman Mahama secured $39 million.
Oh, really?
So we're on the same page. But then the MPP had also contributed to it. You have a minute. You have just a minute. Hold on. You have just a minute.
He said this is not an MPP project, and we didn't receive that. But the project is $139 million. You received 39 from HSBC. And we received $100 million.
Where is that money?
Oh, this is it.
Where is the money?
Ghana Way.
And it's the Ghana Way.
And you don't come and sit here and say what you don't. And the project is $139 million. You received $39 million from HSBC, an American company. And we have received $100 million to do that road. And you say that, you sit here to say that it's not an MPP project. What are you talking about? So
39, but the phase one of the project cost 74.
No, that is the circle. It's
the circle interchange in Korea, however.
So that you don't come and sit on the program and steal lies when you don't know. That are giving you relevant documents that has exposed.
Where is the money? Where is the money?
If you expose them, then they want to dive into another area. What I'm saying is that you said here that the massive regional hospital. He said
so for the Obechebi-Lante interchange, both parties have contributed.
But in terms of cost, where is that money? $39 million as opposed to $100 million. A first checker has exposed you. You said we don't know anything about it. It's a lie. So Ghanaians, fellow Ghanaians, look at the lies my senior has sat here to spew without any data. And I pointed you to the data, Eurojet website, Ghana web story, that has exposed you.
No, but he's
still... Okay, so thank you, gentlemen. I've been very Producer, you are with me. At this point, we'll take a break for my gentlemen to take Liam's alkaline water to cool down. We'll come back. We have just about 20 more minutes on the show. We'll come back and deal with one more very sensitive issue in our motherland, Ghana, as well, before the show comes to an end. Be with us. We'll be right back.
Drinking water is essential to your health. That's why you need to drink plenty of water to keep you hydrated and healthy throughout the day. Unlike energy drinks and soft drinks, water is truly the only drink that can quench your thirst. It's an easy and refreshing way to keep your body healthy and strong. Freshen up today with the timely brisk alkaline water, Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Change your water, change your life. For bulk purchase, contact 0303 966 790 or 0244 551 333 or 0244 293 624.
Girls, I say, sexy girls. Hello, choristers. Don't forget to make it a point to come for choir practice. This is your humble servant, the C, the M, the choir master, the man with all the AKs in town, AK Octopus Sport, AK Atom 13, AK Odepua. You're watching LMTV. Keep it locked.
Okay, yo. Okay, so this is your boy Kobe Champion, and it's all about what? It's all about me, but not me right now. It's all about LMTV. TV. Yo, you gotta keep that down there and don't move it at all. Yo, LM will blow your mind.
Drinking water is essential to your health. That's why you need to drink plenty of water to keep you hydrated and healthy throughout the day. Unlike energy drinks and soft drinks, water is truly the only drink that can quench your thirst. It's an easy and refreshing way to keep your body healthy and strong. Freshen up today with the timely brisk alkaline water, Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Change your water, change your life. For bulk purchase, contact 0303 966 790 or 0244 551 333 or 0244 293 624.
LMTV.
What if I told you that I really like you? What if I showed you that maybe I could surprise you? Would you be so kind to open up your mind and heart to?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back to the show. I hope you are keenly also engaging in the conversation we are doing by way of checking the facts, going by the rules of evidence or evidence-based record checking. Like I indicated from the beginning, today with me in the studio doing the discussion is Barrister Kay, who is a member of the youth wing of the MPP, and Edem Avege, who is part of the Volta Regional Communication Team of the NDC. You've listened to them so far, but the comments they are making and the submissions they are providing are not things that are their own reserves. You also have a take on that. So let's have your comments, just as comments to the Facebook streaming that you are watching us from. Add your comments there, and we will take that before the close of the program. Again, this program is proudly sponsored by Liam's Alkaline Water, corporate man GH, who runs a boutique at Dansuma Runabout. The numbers we provided before we sign out, so you can contact them. And No Weapon Kinke Boutique. For Millet Kinke, for all your events, please contact them. As you see their number in the crawler, contact them and you will be served very, very well. Gentlemen, welcome back from the break. All right, so as we were examining the infrastructure conversation, with the passion with which all of you are going into the records, it tells how much we all have Ghana at heart. But again, that doesn't mean that we don't have to interrogate the issues. I ended with you, Sami. So on matters of cost, Vice President Muhammadu Bamia also pointed to the cost differentials between the circle interchange, for example, the cost that was actually spent on it.
I thought that you give him the time to go into the.
Don't worry.
Then we can come to.
I'll give him that 10 minutes, but it behooves him, if he wants to use part of that, to also point towards the polyclinics, all right, as he promised to get them for us. So maybe you can start with that, and also let us have a better view of. Yes, we are delving on that. Yes. So we are delving onto the cost subject. Okay, the cost that was expended on a circle interchange, as opposed to now bringing in the Pokwasi interchange and several others. The cost that is needed, about 4 others the cost that is being used in constructing this is entirely by the Vice President's submission. It's absorbed entirely by the circle interchange. What exactly has the NDC given us for that much?
I don't know the basis on which the Dr. can help us.
Oh, but the answer your question.
No, you help us. No, because you are.
No, you know the cost of the circle interchange.
He who alleges.
So you must speak to it that justify
No,
why
you are
circle
you don't know the
interchange.
basis. So you can tell us.
Well, the Vice President
Okay.
is of the view that the circle interchange, the cost to that is inflated. Simply put.
Let's just cut long.
Where if we are absorbing
I can see my brother himself doesn't know the basis at which the Vice President.
he will speak to that.
He doesn't know.
He knows the subject.
That's why he doesn't even want to talk.
So
about
please
that.
make your submission.
Now, you see, before I come to that particular issue, some while ago, I mentioned that the NDC, our highest achievement, when MPP said they built 285 cheap compounds and we built 1,000. We came to 2 polyclinics that they built. That one, even we, the NDC, secured funding for the 2. But we gave it to them because they need.
Please permit him. Please permit me. You have your time.
They are looking for
You have your
achievement.
time.
Please, even if I said, and with that 2 polyclinics, we built 22 polyclinics. See, fellow Ghanaians, if you have built a new apartment and you have not yet gone into that apartment, call the MPP. They will come and inaugurate it for you, commission it for you, and it will be part of their achievement.
But just to provide you maybe further information so you can look at the issue more critically. The presentation by Vice President Bawumia has it this way, that the cost for interchange by the Nana Akufo-Addo administration is this. The Tema Motorway Phase 1, the 2-tier, the concrete is $54 million. Right, the Tamale interchange is $35 million. The Obichabi Lamte Phase 1, the composite steel bit, is $35 million, and Phase 2 will be the $100 million Barrister was pointing to earlier. Then the Pokwasi interchange, the 4-tier, right, it was 3-tier renegotiated into 4-tier, in that sense, is $65 million. Putting all that together comes to $289 million, as opposed to the Segal interchange alone constructed at $260 million. So the argument is 1, 2, 3, 4, Tema, Tamale, Obechebi, Pokwasi, 4 of them constructed at $289 million, while Circle alone is contracted at $260 million. Is this value for money?
Search the company who built the Circle interchange for me.
Chorus Gov.gh.
Yes, when the what of Pokwasi?
Pokwasi is it's not.
So you want to know that
if it's the same construction, they are doing Obechebi, but yes, they are doing Obechebi. Yes.
Right.
Chorus
I'll
Gov.gh.
come to that. Now he wanted to move the polyclinics. Yamfi Polyclinic, Boma Polyclinic, Quatri Polyclinic, KWATIRE.
Quatri.
Nkwanta Polyclinic, Techiman Polyclinic. So you can go on.
Oh no, Mercy, you have my time. Go on.
So now,
I'll give you my
about
time to
what?
continue.
Hello, please.
It's not 22. I mentioned 2 or 3 polyclinics.
It's just mentioned 5.
I just gave you a
So
you said we never do.
I never said that.
You said we never do. So what is your point of contention?
You mentioned
All the
What is your goal? What is your goal?
I never said you didn't say it.
So don't mind.
What is your contention?
Don't mind. I can provide you that.
He's talking about. Dr. Bawumia said the interchange at Circle had been inflated. You see, I don't know. I would grant him the benefit of that because he's an economist. He's not an engineer to know much about that. And the road minister, you see, that is why at times it is very good. It is very good that we get people to educate us before we come and talk, not the propaganda aspect of it. Now, when you look at the Circle interchange,
yes.
There are 2 different things.
As presented, costing $260 million.
There are 2 different things. You can never compare Circle interchange to that of Pokwasi,
Tamale, Obichebi, and yeah.
You can never and ever. Now, when you look at the material that is used to even do that of what's the name, the circle interchange and what have you, you will get to you will know that there are two different things altogether. Some concrete, some that is Dr. Baumia mentioned. They are what, still something, iron something that has been used. You see, Obechebi Lante, it is a composite steel project, composite steel, and that one too, it is only phase 1. That is for Pokwasi. Now the Temamoto way is what? Also phase 1. Also phase 1, and that one is also what? It is concrete. Now, when you come to circle, the whole circle, at the time they were constructing it, I had the opportunity to go there on several some few periods. You will see that the excavation that was done because of the rain, the way circle
flooding that happens there frequently. Even after completion, there were a couple of flooding incidents that was recorded.
That was because when you compare before the building and after the building, you will see that there is a total
reduction.
Reduction.
Granted.
You know, where we had that disaster and all manner of stuff, so it was during the process of the construction. You get it. Now, when you look at that particular interchange, you see the fountain where the Kwame Nkrumah, there's a place where Kwame Nkrumah's
events ground.
The Temamoto is it there? Is Temamoto we having?
So the argument is that there are other facilities that go along.
About almost 3 different stations.
The Odona terminal.
Those things are also been factored. There are some other town routes or roads that were completed. You see, there were other roads that were completed also within the same package. So it is a loaded package, not just for you to come and just create an interchange and that's all, or come and do anything and then go. You see, what I indicated, when you see the kind of excavation, you see, unfortunately, some of us, we had the opportunity to put up buildings. You see, so when you see the kind of, the place is the kind of the topography of the land.
So your argument is that the quantum of work that went into the circle interchange is meritorious of its value, as compared with what is going into the 4 other ones.
The 4 other ones.
Okay,
and
right.
I think the kind of materials used.
Okay, the point is well made.
The other side
facilities that are also.
When you go to circle, do you know that we have this in there?
There's a fire terminal. There's a police station. The Nkrumah fountain and events ground is also there.
Then what's the name? The other 3 stations.
The terminals, yeah.
Yes. And other routes were also part of that particular work.
So we should believe that there was value. There's value for money.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Granted, without admitting that the figures were inflated.
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia, you are in power. You are the vice president of this republic. When MPP came to power, they halted all the
in 2 minutes, please. In 2 minutes.
Yes, all road constructions were halted, including the one that the Pokwasi one. Is it Pokwasi? The one we were talking about. And he said they have NDC found some part of some money, and then the rest day to day. He said
that's the Obichebi interchange.
When MPP came to power, the Obichebi interchange, everything was halted, and now everything because you've halted it, people are still plying that route, and you see that the issue became very, bigger than it was. So instead of you to use 5 cities to complete it, because you halted it, and now more damages are gone into that particular route, you have got to restart it. So if you are here. If you are here today talking about we also added, please don't even share that story because you ordered. There are some roads in this particular country. When you go to Madina, there are some Short road. When MPP came to power, they halted them. When you go to my constituency, Akati South, the
Adam, that takes.
They took all.
Yeah, I know.
They took all the gadgets. The excavators, the machines, every machine, they took everything away, and then the site is just left like that. The gutters that were done, what's the name?
This is a year of roads, so
this is a year of roads. Unfortunately,
there's no way by that commitment that the MPP will want to now cancel. Or in your conclusion, by that commitment, why would they want to? If there's no foul, if there's nothing to worry about, why would the MPP, having committed itself to the year of roads, why would they be,
the difficulty
having contracted packing up their?
The difficulty is that when they came to power, they claim that NDC inflated the cost of those roads.
It's a comparison we've been called to analyze.
Yes. So because of that, they halted all constructions. So it is now 2020 that the old man had then decided to now, because he had not found anything. The road minister, what's the name? My road minister, senior.
Elusa Fuseni in the NDC regime.
He is going scot-free.
To a point in that because his sons are clean, so he's not prosecuted.
Actually inflated the court.
All right, but it's
take him to court. Make sure that
on matters of
tell him, and personally I will stand up and say
on matters of abuse of funds. All right, there's no value for money and all that. But he says Elusa Fuseni, who was the minister of transport at the time, is moving scot-free. In fact, we have a special prosecutor's office at the moment, but no legal suit has been filed against any member of the NDC who was directly involved in the construction of roads. In this instance, is the MPP justified in making a call that there's no value for money in comparing these 4 interchanges with one? You have 5 minutes, as he did in 5 minutes.
That he came with the green book, and all the exposés are made
in 5 minutes.
Okay. Still based on his green book. Now he said 22 polyclinics. He mentioned only 3 polyclinics, and even in the same green book, I'll expose it again. The Bekwai Hospital is in the green book, right? You can see the
Bekwai is there.
He mentioned 3 hospitals and so.
Is Bekwai part?
Oh yes, Bekwai is here.
Oh.
Bekwai is here.
Let me do the umpiring.
You're not in the green book. It's in the green book. What is the original?
Nobody's in the green book.
It is never stated polyclinic. It is never stated Bekwai.
So ongoing Bekwai Hospital.
Not polyclinic.
Not a polyclinic. We have the Wednesday polyclinic.
You don't read.
No, you have the time.
I mentioned polyclinic and you want to.
On Bekwai. So I'm doing the umpiring work. On Bekwai, as your source of evidence, I see it as a hospital. So differentiate it for us. I'm
telling you that he mentioned 22. The green book only captures 3 or 4. There is no 22 polyclinics because the polyclinics, the 6 of them are in the Eurojet project. So they couldn't have added it here. That is why they couldn't get 22 polyclinics. You think that if NDC has achieved 22 polyclinics?
So beyond the 3 he's mentioned,
there's none.
Other 19 is not in the green book.
It's not there because 6 of them polyclinics. I've read from the Eurojet website that they are President Kufuor's achievements, so they could have put in there. And I'm exposing him that this is the.
But if they did say for other ones, it's a conversation we are having on behalf of the people. So if they did say for other projects and capture them in the book, what then stops them from adding other ones, the Eurojet projects that Kufuor sought funding for in terms of polytechnic? What's stopping from adding them?
What I'm saying is that they know it is not their project, the Eurojet project.
But they added some that were not their project.
Yes. Do you understand? That's why I'm saying that the 22 polyclinic he's saying, NDC can never point 22 polyclinic.
So mention yours.
No. And I've done it.
Mention the one
I was willing to give him 1 minute of my time to mention all.
And he gave you 5. So he gave you 5.
22.
I know. And he gave you 5. And let go.
No.
Because so the conclusion we will use at this instance is that he mentioned 5. So the remaining the remaining 17 are not available.
What I'm telling you that is that they don't have 22 polyclinics to their credit. Where is the 22 polyclinics? At least we know that Kufuor has 6.
And that point, we don't have to belabor it.
I'm saying that he mentioned 22. And I challenge him to mention the 25.
And we put in a mention 5.
5 of them.
So we can't belabor the 17. Okay? So it is, we will conclude on that revelation that there are only 5. You understand?
I agree.
Okay,
so expose.
As the host of the show.
It is exposed. The host has exposed that 22.
Only that there are a few more, which I don't know why.
Now,
Please, allow him.
No, I think when you were speaking,
I'm giving you 1 minute as we'll be closing. I'll give you 1 minute to read back. So please, make note of it.
I'm saying that
make note.
The Bekwai Hospital has found itself in the Green Book. Okay, the Bekwai
Hospital.
Yes, the Green Book.
Yes.
Now come with me.
Eurojet project?
No, come with me to my Joy Online.
The Bekwai Hospital.
Yes.
Ongoing Bekwai Hospital.
It has found itself in the Green Book.
It's here. Page 33. Ongoing. Page 33.
But it is captured in the Green Book.
It's here. I'm sorry.
What is the Green Book about? NDC achievement.
Yes.
So the Bekwai Hospital ongoing is NDC.
This is accounting to the people.
Yes. So the Bekwai Hospital in the NDC Green Book.
So what's accounting to the people? What do we need to know? Ongoing. You are engaging the audience, and I'm telling you, are following. So
my Joy Online.
Yes.
A story that was published on 4th July 2020 by
2020.
Yes. By Ohinimin Taria. This is what it says that about the Bekwai Hospital. The 120-bed facility, whose construction started in 1970s, has seen long delay due to financial constraints. In 2019, August, Parliament approved $2 million facility for the completion of the project, which is now 90% complete. But Bekwai Hospital found itself in NDC achievement exposed.
The English was heavy for you.
You will have a minute to rebut on this point if you want. So. Or you have a minute to rebut, but if you want to zero it on this point, it will be
yes.
So not now. Please let him finish.
This government
let's have the comparison on value for money, please.
And now
value for money.
The Bekwai Hospital is not the achievement.
You made your point. You have to belabor it.
Let me go back.
Value for money on the interchanges.
Let me quickly mention the NAPO project. Time and context is of the essence. Do you understand? So the NAPO, as at the 46 he mentioned that NAPO said,
yes,
was referring to their handing over note, not what was on the ground. What was on the ground when the proper audit was made is 29 of this project.
As mentioned by the Vice President?
Yes. And if you like, go to the Ministry of Education infrastructure document, it will tell you it's 29 there, not 46. So tell me, so you don't come and sit here and be making noise and make it look as if you built that.
No, I take strong objection to that. The noise bit, we are communicating. So please withdraw that statement. Withdraw it. Please withdraw. Please withdraw. Withdraw. It's not noise. We are communicating. Okay. The mode in which he chooses to do that may be different, but withdraw. We are going. Withdraw. Please withdraw it.
Let me go on to the substantive issue.
Please withdraw that statement.
I'm going on to, you said the cost is the cost of the second interchange as related to the other 3 interchanges is inflated, as Bamia mentioned.
Yes. Yes.
Now Dan, let me take time and educate my brother. Maybe he didn't know. So we are all students, so we learn. Now Dan, I have already told you that the Tema interchange, which I have proved to you, and you know and you read that the Tema interchange is not an NDC project. The Avege Edem interchange is not DS as they say. Now let me go on to the substantive issue.
Whose is it?
But I have read the stories to you.
Adam, please allow him to just.
No, but if you say it is not, then whose is it? We want to know.
For which you will tell us whose it is.
I have read the documents.
He's not saying that because they added money. No, that is why it is there.
Avege Edem interchange has 2 phases.
Oh please.
Do you understand? So you don't even sit here and make it look as if. That is
which of the phase have you done?
But the joy story you read clearly stated that the president Nana Akufo-Addo recuts a sword.
No.
Yes,
I didn't read the story. I read the story.
He recommissioned.
Oh my joy, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What I said is that he has two faces.
Yes.
But
to say that there was a recutting of sword suggests that there had been an earlier cutting of sword.
No, that cutting of sword is not. You can cut a sword for a project when you have not even received anything. And Felix Ovozukachi made it clear on a simple that sword cutting is just a mere ceremony. So that's not. We are talking about funding. We are not talking about sword cutting ceremony.
NDC got some.
God was
funding for the
yes, that I have admitted that
MPP has gotten another
interchange is now $139 million. Do you understand?
On the basis that NDC receives some
39
and MPP is receiving
$100 million for the program.
We mean that both parties. So that's the point I am taking.
So it's a project.
It goes for both parties.
It is. It is even for both.
I continue minutes ago.
No, I told you that my time.
They halted the project.
It's not true.
They halted the project.
It's not true.
What will spoil God's
It is not true.
So you make your submission.
You need to ask.
Please, yes, you have just 2 minutes.
Oh, no, why you are not being fair to me? As you allow him to interject.
I gave you 5 minutes and you spoke for even 7 minutes.
You are coming into it.
I keep asking you to make your submission. You are going, on a tangent.
The project was delayed. That's why the cost is high. He
Then what?
doesn't know. He's lying.
Then what?
The project is in 2 phases. Phase 1 and phase 2. And that
Which one did you do?
So now the primary determinant of the cost of an interchange is the length of the bridges. Every contractor will tell you. If you like what you need here, ask any.
It's the length.
Oh, you can put your note down and come in.
But you make your submission.
The primary determinant of the cost of interchange everywhere in the world is the cost of the
It's
bridge.
not even true again. It is not.
And then you have a minute, so why not you allow him to just like he has a minute more. I'm listening to you. So make the note and make your substantive.
When you go and listen to majority caucus,
I'm with you.
Let me educate on road construction.
What do you know?
No.
So the minute that no. You will have.
You don't know. You don't know.
At this point, we may be signing out on the show very soon. But again, we have just 6 minutes. Okay, so
no, you see, it's 1 minute.
We have just 6 minutes. And I'm allowing you now to make your submission in 2 minutes. Make your submission. When I ask him if I tell him that please speak in 2 minutes. Speak in 2 minutes so I can give him 2 minutes.
I'm telling you that the primary determinant of the cost of interchange is the length of the bridges. And now, if you take the second interchange, admittedly, $260 million. Now, if you take the car route in Sawam, it is 171 meters. If you take
how many meters is circle? You mentioned just the cost, but how many meters is circle interchange?
No, I'm mentioning. I've given you the premise that it is the what? The length of the bridges. Do you understand? That is the primary determinant. Other factors are also
the height of the
No, we're not communicating. We need to know.
Please. So make the notes. I'll come to you.
No, we just want to know. There's no need coming back to the license.
I'm saying that the primary determinant of the cost of an interchange, it is the length,
not the height. So
the height, bridges.
The height.
You don't know about interchange. You don't know about
What is he doing?
You can't.
This is not the first time you are coming.
Yes, because
you have to ignore him. You don't ask him to say you ignore him.
The Calgary in Sawam is 171 meters. The Newtown to what's it called? The Newtown to what's it called? The flyover that goes through
Circle?
Yes.
From Newtown leading to where the filling station where
that
the
is also
incident happened.
71 meters.
Okay.
And the Akasanoma one is 180. Now
from Awudome down,
put everything
together comes to what?
The circle interchange is 2,795 meters of the height. Do you understand? Take the Obechebi for instance. If you take the Obechebi, the phase 1 is 171. phase 2, and everything add up to become
everything add up.
1. If you add the entire Obechebi interchange, the height you get 1,250
as opposed to circle 2,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Now add that 1,250 to the Tamale interchange, which is also an MPP project, which is 84. What do you get? You get 2,040. I'm not adding the Pokwasi because the Pokwasi is around 2,000 thereabout, so it will inflate what I mean. And then add the Tema. You'll be getting close to about 2,070. So you cannot say
what's
that.
The point? Yeah.
The point is to say that you cannot sit here and say that to justify that because this is $160 million and go away.
His point was about the material that goes into. I'm a civil engineer.
I'm telling you,
we can look at
materials.
But you are using. Listen, you are using the length.
That is the
granted
determinant.
By civil engineering standard, world standard.
It's not.
Our viewers, and we will address ourselves all to better and further.
Every interchange has ancillary facility, so you cannot use ancillary facility. Oh, please. You cannot use ancillary facility as the reason the cost is inflated.
All right, so no, I'm going to stop you. Make your submission.
Go to court.
So
in a minute. Let's be judicious with the time as well. Our producer, let me say this, our producer, thank you so much. Our time has actually elapsed by 12 minutes, but he's been very kind to extend us by just 20 more minutes. We've done 12 of that. All right, so he's left with 7 minutes, and we are.
Yeah, so
conclude in a minute. He takes 2, and then I can wrap up.
He takes another 2 minutes.
2 minutes. You are making a substantive. You are making a rebuttal.
I made a rebuttal.
So his chance to make a rebuttal on that. Then we go.
But what I'm saying is that you cannot look at and come and sit here and lie to the good people of Ghana to justify the reason the cost, the second interchange.
Using the materials.
I'm saying every interchange uses material. It has ancillary facilities, and I've told you that the primary and you can find out. I'm willing. Like I've said, I've exposed him on everything, and I'm willing to speak on all that I've exposed him with media handlers and what have you. What I'm saying is that the cost of the interchange of circle do not add up relative to Tamale, Obechebi, and Tema. It doesn't add up.
So his point is, those who supervise the circle, for example, all right, if we say the cost doesn't add up, that is causing financial loss to the state. That is criminal. Why are they walking about free?
Oh, that you know that the way justice guys we were in this country when NDC said we are not prosecuted anybody. You see the NCA matter. The whole of justice grants slowly.
So Ghanaians should be rest assured that whatever money is tipped as being inflated figures will be gotten back for the country. No, are you giving us that as a promise?
I'm giving you an example that the NCA matter. You see, the will of justice, like Akufo-Addo believes that when you are even accused of something, you should have your day.
I think the point is clearly made. Let's allow the will of justice to grind slowly, and we will get the revelations.
So what I want to say is that,
but by constitutional arrangements, 4 years is your mandate. If it's grinding that slowly, what if the fortune changes in December and the NDC comes back to power? Haven't you done a disservice to Ghanaians by not this quantum? Because I like the analysis you built, right, to suggest that the length, there's a huge gap between circle and these other ones. So going by that, by civil engineering standard, which will verify, then it means so much money must have gone down the drain. And if for 3 years we haven't collected that money, right?
NPP government is the government that has always prosecuted NDC people.
I know, but my point, the grassroots want to know, because by constitutional arrangement, you have only 4 months to renew mandate or otherwise.
If you take it like that, you're not being your views. What I'm saying is, I have told you the integrity to which you are.
The fields of justice grind slowly.
Is the only government that has prosecuted NDC. NDC has never prosecuted any NPP person before. And I'm telling you that the wheel of justice grinds slowly, such that you have your day in court and what have you. And when it is proven beyond every, and I'm proving to you with this one.
So we should expect that within the 4 months, the wheel of justice can get the NPP
so you can't say that because
Thank you. I think your point is clearly made. in relation to inflation as posited by the Vice President, inflation of construction cost of the circle interchange as opposed to other ones. Wrongs that are embedded, the wheels of justice will grind slowly, but the perpetrators, according to Barrister Kay, will be brought to book at the right time. Unity, if that happens, Ghana saves money in 2 minutes. Yes. Ghana will be getting money back, sure. and that money can do other things, exactly. Right? But do you differ?
All right. Now, about
in 2 minutes, please.
About building of house, I can give you 20 bags of cement, and you can put up a building. But the kind of building you are putting up, somebody can also use the same 100 bags and put up the same building, but with time, the two of them will justify. Now, the same company that builds the circle interchange,
Quarries Galva,
yes, is the same company building the what's the name?
Avege Edem.
Now, President Akufo-Addo halted every road projects. Every road project, President Akufo-Addo halted them, including the company building those particular roads. They halted them.
To what advantage?
Because it was claimed that they inflated costs and those stuff.
Okay.
So now that same company that builds the interchange at Secretary is still has been given the green light to go ahead and put up that kind of the question we ask, and we ask the MPP, is where lies this wheel of justice?
His comment is that.
It means there is.
Are you suggesting, Adam? Are you suggesting that because it was halted, because it was halted, they are now released? There's opening for them to go back. So by the wouldn't is that the interpretation?
Like PDS, when minority in parliament, when they blew the whole corruption scandal out of proportion.
I think we'll take that as a PDS is still fresh in our minds. So there is a topic we can deal with at the material because your time is finishing.
When they realized it was fraudulent, they targeted PDS and ECD.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the second one is what we are saying is inflated. So if you can't sit there and say
we use I gave vehemently well. I gave practical examples of the works the NDC did. As we stood, or as we are now in this studio, my colleague
in conclusion
had never ever even mentioned one project that they did.
Didn't I talk about the Shama Hospital? Didn't I talk about what's it called?
Actually, my brother
didn't I talk about mentioning
they never answered it. I'm asking the same question again. Mention 1 megawatt of power that you added to the national grid. 1 megawatt energy.
Okay.
You are not able to mention.
Like the
schools, the polyclinics we built. Mention one. You are not able to mention any polyclinic.
As for the mentioning, producer, thank you so much.
Listen,
you can mute the microphones now. Thank you. No, I gave you and thank you very much. We can continue this and go on and on and on and on, all right? But
it was added to your time.
We will definitely have to put a pause when we start. So we'll be drawing a pause now. The submissions have all been made. Is it a birthday something? So that I will give you an invoice before that.
No,
please do it snappy. Don't touch on any issue. If not, I will just turn your mic off.
President Akufo-Addo, when you go to what's it called?
That's the
building a hospital.
We were touching on another issue. Thank you. Yes, sir. We are ending now. This show. Gentlemen. No. Accord me the respect as the host of the show. Right?
You don't come and sit here and speak
I've given you your time. All right, so thank you. And viewers, I'm sure the whole show it's about you, and you have listened to the issues discussed, and your conclusion may not be as submitted by any of my panelists on the show, but in all of it, we are bringing out the issues and putting them under scrutiny, so that the decision that we'll all make come December 7 will be one that is based on information, will be one that is based on clear expectations that either NDC or NPP or any other party for that matter is promising us as Ghanaians. The issues, we can talk about it over and over again, but we will end it at a point and continue some other day. We want to thank you so much for making time to join us today. Unfortunately, we're not able to take your comments, but as it is on Facebook, the engagement will continue. Responses will come to all of that appropriately, as it were. This show has been brought to us, as always, is brought to us by Liam's alkaline water. It's good for boosting the immune system. They are available to serve you anywhere in the country. The numbers are on your screen. Please pick them, give them a call. They will deliver to you, and I believe you will testify sooner than later of the good benefits of drinking alkaline water. And my apparel, my dress today has been sponsored by Corporate Man GH, and you'll find Corporate Man GH at Dansoman, just around the roundabout. You can contact them, as you can see on the crawler, but you can contact Corporate Man Boutique on 0242 989943. That number is 0242 989943. Then again, kenke is a staple food in Accra, but we've always had the maize-based kenke. And I'm telling you, try this one, you'll love it. You will set aside the maize-based kenke. That is the millet-made kenke. And there's only one person that I know so far that is doing that, right? And that person is No Weapon Kenke Boutique. They are located at Mama's Inn, Dansuma. It may just opposite where area code had been. You know that area code. Opposite them, you'll find No Weapon Kenke. They serve all events, funerals, weddings, engagement, baby dedication, to your office if you want to put them on your request list, and then they serve in your office. They're also available to do that. You can also contact them on 059 154 2288. That number is 059 154 2288. I want to thank you so much, our producers, Sir Wisdom. Thank you so much for producing the show today. We'll be back on set, God will, next week, Saturday. Until then, keeping safe, because we are not out of the woods with COVID yet. So please keeping safe. Let's use the masks. I told you in the beginning, over here we sanitize. So that's why we took our masks off. Please do well to wear the masks, and I believe everything will be fine with us. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Drinking water is essential to your health. That's why you need to drink plenty of water to keep you hydrated and healthy throughout the day. Unlike energy drinks and soft drinks, water is truly the only drink that can quench your thirst. It's an easy and refreshing way to keep your body healthy and strong. Freshen up today with the timely brisk alkaline water, Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Liam's Enagic Kangen Water. Change your water, change your life. For bulk purchase, contact 0303 966 790 or 0244 551 333 or 0244 293 624.
LMTV.